Hello friends, Tanya here with day 7 of the 2025 Spellbinders 12 Days of Stitchmas. Hard to say that all of a sudden. Let's look at day number 7. Oh, that looks like a fun holiday season prep day in the living room. And the dies we have this day are going to cut out the letters F-A-L-A, which of course make fa-la-la-la-la or fa-la-la, however you want to make those. And it cuts a solid shadow and a detailed stitchable uh, inlay. Well, except for the A, that one has the shadow die completely separate. Actually, all of them do. They're each separate. You can just nest some of them together or not. Now, I chose to do crisscross stitching on my letters here, and I'm demonstrating on the antique collection of treasured cardstock. I chose the metallic or the glossy to do the white here. And I am stitching with gold thread, and I think this looks really nice together, and it makes it much easier for you to see how I'm doing my stitching. On the back of my letter, it will have like 2 rows of stitching on the sides, I believe, just because of the way that I'm doing the stitching. You don't have to make it look pretty at all. Oh, that's right. It's bars across the centers of each square. Anyway, I was able to end and start at around the same spot, and I am just tying a knot on the back. Just going to use my scissors to trim off the tails to make it a pretty compact little knot. Now, once you've stitched all of your detail pieces, you can layer them on the shadow background. Now, I just chose to use the same color, only a different finish on the treasured cardstock collection here of the antique assortment. So it's white on white, but different, like I said, different treatments on the different layers. I just add glue to the stitching area and then in the flat area on this A to get that to glue down nicely. And I put it under a heavyweight block to give it a little extra time and pressure to dry completely. Now you can use these letters to spell a couple of different things. Fall is something you can definitely spell with it. I'm going to do some ink blending on this piece of watercolor cardstock. I've got the Altenew Peachy Glow, which is similar. It's a little oranger, a little more orange than antique linen, but it gives a lovely glow, which will be a nice background for our letters. I'm also taking the 5x7 Matting Basics Set B and the Musical Notes 3D embossing folder to create this panel, and I love how deep that embossing is, especially on watercolor paper. I'm going to do some spattering with the Spellbinders watercolor mixing set, and I'm just working up the paint here, both the pearlescent and I will do some gold spattering too. I'm just taking a little bit of water that I pick up on my watercolor brush and working that into the pot of paint until I get enough loosened paint to do my spattering. Next, I have my 5x7 heavyweight white cardstock card base, and I'm going to spatter that with the same colors of watercolor mixing set. This is a nice way to bring the inside to the outside to the inside. Next, I'm going to use a glimmered sentiment from the Better Press, the Christmas Cheer Sentiments. This is from Yana's City Holidays collection that just came out, I believe, in August. And it creates these beautiful scripty sentiments. And I thought that would be perfect on the inside of this card. So I had glimmered it. I had glimmered a bunch of those sentiments to have ready when I wanted to use them. I like to do a bunch of pre-glimmering with sentiments because it takes extra time to heat up the glimmer foil system. And I just find it convenient to make a few of them before I need them. After I have that adhered, I did take my heat gun to the piece for the front and heat set that because I'm not very patient and I wanted those spatters to dry before I adhered it to the front of the card. I did add some extra cardstock scraps behind that watercolor panel that adds just a little bit of height and a little more stability and helps with any warping you might have from the water that you use on your paper. I did use my Misty here as an extra weight over that card to help that adhere well. Now, I had done a bunch of these letters and I did them in both gold and in white, and I decided to use the gold ones on this card. I went ahead and cut a couple extra layers of cardstock to stack behind each of these letters using the shadow die and some scraps of white cardstock. So now I'm going to just layer all of these up to complete my sentiment that ultimately says fa la la on the front of our card. This is a pretty simple way to stack these up. These shapes are very easy to stack. And once they're all dry and ready to be used, I'm going to add them to the front of my card. Now I'm trying to keep them equidistant both at the top and the bottom of the card, and then I should then I should be able to center the middle two letters the easiest. I'm just adding some glue to the backs of these, and ultimately I did bring out my T-square ruler to try to make sure these were nice and level on the front of my card. It did take a little extra pressure because that's a very texturized background with that 3D embossing of all of the musical notes, which I thought that was a perfect accent. Now that's from the BB Cameron Musical Notes collection that came out in September, so it's brand new also. I'm also using my T-square ruler to try to help me keep the other the other letters even on the card front. Now, if you wanted, you could just leave these purposely a little wonky to add that whimsy to the card front. This is what I chose to do because I am going to also add some sentiment strips between the letters. I have some picked out here. I've got Celebrate the Season and Joy to One and All, and these are from the Merry and Bright Sentiment Strips Better Press sets. They have one plate that does a bunch of different sentiments and one die that cuts all of them out at once. I love those kinds of sentiment sets because it really saves me time. I add a little extra cardstock behind each of these banners. This will help them be a little more close to the same height as the fa la la on the front of the card. Just going to use my reverse tweezers to get a good grip on these banners and then center them below the first two parts of the fa and la. I thought that created a nice image on the front of the card with just sentiments. That's pretty interesting. Next, I was looking for some gold sequins in my stash and I found this baggie. I'm pretty sure this came in one of the previous Spellbinders card kits from long ago. And why not use them up? There are two sizes of sequins in this baggie, and so I'm just adding a scattering of those sequins across the front of the card using my Barely Art Precision glue in the fine line bottle from Spellbinders. I'm also going to add some sequins to the inside of my card. I do really love to do this. They are pretty nice and flat, and so they don't interfere with the inside of the card, and they add a really fun detail. That completes my card for day number 7. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun putting it together, of course. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. If you're interested in any of the product that I used today, check that description box below for a link to the complete list. And until tomorrow, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.